Deep in a leafy green forest lived Tit, a little squirrel with a very bushy tail. The forest was a magical place, full of towering trees, chirping birds, and the rustling of leaves in the gentle breeze. It was a perfect home for Tit and his family. He lived with his family high in a strong oak tree. The oak tree was ancient and sturdy, providing a safe haven for the squirrel family. Its branches stretched wide, offering plenty of space for Tit and his siblings to play and explore. Their home was cozy and warm, filled with soft leaves and acorns. The nest was carefully constructed by Tit's parents, ensuring it was snug and comfortable. It was a place where they could rest and feel secure, away from the dangers of the forest floor. Tit was a very smart squirrel. He loved to learn new things and was always curious about the world around him. He would often be found reading little books his mother had made from leaves and twigs. He always listened to his mother and followed her advice. She taught him important lessons about survival and safety in the forest.
"Tit," she said, "I'm going to gather nuts." Gathering nuts was a daily task, essential for their survival, especially as winter approached. Stay close to the tree and be careful. The forest could be a dangerous place, with predators lurking around.
Tit nodded obediently. He understood the importance of staying safe and always followed his mother's instructions.
"Don't wander off," his mother warned. Her voice was firm but loving, ensuring Tit knew the seriousness of her words, and never talk to strangers. Strangers could be dangerous, and it was important for Tit to be cautious.
Tit promised to be good. He was determined to make his mother proud and follow her advice, and watched as his mother scampered away. He felt a sense of responsibility and knew he had to be brave and careful while she was gone. Tit swung on a low branch, feeling playful. The forest was alive with the sounds of chirping birds and rustling leaves. It was a perfect day to enjoy the beauty of nature. Suddenly, he saw a strange creature slinking through the undergrowth. It moved with a stealthy grace, almost blending in with the shadows. It was a weasel with beady eyes and a long twitching nose. The weasel's fur was sleek and shiny, and its movements were quick and precise. Tit had never seen a weasel before. He had heard stories about them from other animals, but this was his first encounter. He knew he should stay away, but the weasel was already approaching. The air seemed to grow tense as the weasel drew nearer, its eyes fixed on Tit.
"Well, hello there, little squirrel," said the weasel with a sly grin. His voice was smooth and almost hypnotic, making Tit feel both curious and cautious.
Tit clung to the branch, unsure what to do. His heart raced as he tried to decide whether to flee or stay and see what the weasel wanted. The weasel held out a shiny red berry. It glistened in the sunlight, looking both tempting and suspicious.
"This is for you," he purred. His eyes twinkled with a mix of mischief and sincerity, a special gift for a special squirrel. Tit hesitated, wondering if he should accept the gift or if it was a trap. The forest seemed to hold its breath, waiting to see what he would do next.
Tit remembered his mother's wise words. He shouldn't talk to strangers, and he certainly shouldn't take gifts from them. Tit thought quickly and carefully.
"Thank you," he chirped, trying to sound polite but cautious, his heart racing. "But my mother says I must always ask before accepting any gifts."
"Why don't you give it to her yourself?" Tit suggested, pointing towards the direction. "She's just over there gathering nuts." The weasel's grin vanished instantly. He mumbled something about being in a hurry and disappeared into the bushes as fast as he could, leaving Tit relieved. Just then, Mother Squirrel returned, her cheeks bulging with nuts. She had been out gathering food for the family, ensuring they had enough to last through the coming winter. Her dedication and hard work were evident in the way she carefully selected the best nuts and carried them back home.
"Did you have a good time, Tit?" she asked, her voice filled with warmth and curiosity.
Tit told her about the strange weasel and the shiny red berry. He described how the weasel had approached him with the berry, offering it as a gift. Mother Squirrel listened carefully, her eyes narrowing with concern as she took in every detail of Tit's story. When Tit finished, she hugged him tight. The embrace was filled with love and relief, knowing that her little one was safe.
"You were very smart and very brave, Tit," she praised. Her voice was filled with pride, and she looked at him with admiration. "Never accept gifts from strangers," she continued, her tone becoming serious. "It's important to be cautious and always think twice. They may not be what they seem. Sometimes things that look appealing can be dangerous.
Tit snuggled closer to his mother, feeling safe and happy. He was grateful for her wisdom and guidance. He had learned a valuable lesson that day, and he knew he would never forget it. The experience had taught him the importance of being careful and always seeking advice from those he trusted. Be smart, be vigilant, and always be aware of your surroundings, he reminded himself. And always ask your parents before accepting gifts from others. This way you can stay safe and avoid any potential dangers.